my name is Kay. I'm a poet and a writer, and on this channel I do reactions to K-pop videos, specifically lyric reactions and breakdowns. Happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate. I know there are plenty of people who are like very opposed to Valentine's Day. I'm a little indifferent myself. I'm sort of the opinion that like if someone loves you, if you love someone, you show them that all year round. Like you don't need like a special day just for that. But like there's nothing wrong with getting people cards and flowers, and there is nothing wrong with eating chocolate. My only beef with chocolate is that I have a dairy allergy and too much chocolate has dairy in it. That's a beef that can go on my other channel, though, you know, like that is not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about love in many forms. Today I wanted to do kind of the thesis of BTS's Love Yourself series, and that is Answer, Love Myself. BTS's Love Yourself series, the trilogy of the Love Yourself albums, is probably the most important work they've done so far over their careers. Like I'm fascinated with the Wings tour concept, right? And I'm fascinated with the Map of the Soul. I think there's such interesting ideas going on. But I think Love Yourself is the kind of thing that, you know, is going to outlive them, that is so important and has done so much good, that it's the kind of thing that is gonna continue to be important for years and years and years. It's a message that's very much universal in a way, but also aimed at their target audience. BTS's target audience is real, and this is not saying like all of their fans are within this category. Like a target audience is something that's really important in publishing as well. If you narrow down your focus and you're like, who are we aiming at specifically? Like, of course it's great if everyone enjoys this, but who are we aiming at when we're marketing things, when we're targeting a specific audience? The more specific you can be, the better. And for boy groups of idols, that target audience tends to be girls between the ages of like 12 to 20, we'll even be generous, we'll say like 10 to 25. Their focus is in that category. Traditionally that's how it's been. And so if BTS is targeting, you know, specifically young women, teenage girls, what is something that's really, really important as a message to them? And the Love Yourself is really something that kind of blooms from that. BTS talk about mental health in a way that I don't feel like hardly anyone is talking about mental health. Like their approach to mental health is so different from what you get from a lot of people who are like, hey, things are gonna be okay, or like, I'm going to save you. They never say things. BTS don't make promises they can't keep in their songs, which is one of the things I think is like really unique and amazing about them. When they talk about mental health, their approach in almost everything is, hey, I recognize that you have problems. I have issues too. I have things I'm really struggling with. And when I'm feeling down, these are the things that I do to make me feel better. And they're never just like, hey, I'm gonna be your hero or anything like that. They're never building up these expectations that are impossible to keep. It's always this explaining what they're going through and then helping you by saying, this is what I've tried, this is what I'm trying to do, this is my goal. Think about like 0 o'clock. The whole idea of 0 o'clock is like, sometimes you have a really bad day, like the worst day, but they're saying what they do, or what RM does essentially, because he did write the lyrics, to watch for that moment when today ends. And now all of those bad things are in the past, they're in yesterday. And now it's a new day where nothing bad has happened yet. And just knowing that now that day has ended, now you can move on, and like somewhere in the future, you're gonna be happy. Like just being able to get past it. But that's all, like that tiny, tiny step, just watching the clock change. And I think that's just like, it's so, I don't wanna say brilliant, because it's not even like brilliant. It's just, it's almost what you need, right? When you're actually having problems. It's like magic shop, the tiniest thing where they're just like, I also have hard times, but let's do this. Let's pretend that you have this magic shop inside of you, something you can access at any time. And when you open the door, there's going to be comfort and tea, and we're just going to imagine this like safe space for you that you can access anytime you need. And at the end of it, then they say, you've shown me these things because you're capable of that. You're capable of doing that for you too. Like, it's such a simple thing. It's such a simple answer. Like they're not saying, oh, come to me, I'm the magic shop. No, the magic shop is inside of you, and you can access it whenever. And I think this approach to like giving you the power to get through things on your own in these just tiny little simple steps that all they're doing is just making a suggestion to you. I think it's so powerful. And in the Love Yourself series as well, this is very long, I'm sorry, I have a lot to say about it. In the Love Yourself series as well, they work through an entire relationship, falling in love, being in love, things going wrong in the relationship, recognizing that there's an issue, recognizing that the other person's the issue or that you're the issue, like realizing you need to get yourself out of the situation. Like they walk through all of these steps within these 3 albums, and you know, the resentment, but also the hurt, but also the like desperation, like, do I want to break off this relationship to kind of save what I loved about myself, or am I willing to like give it all up for you? Battling with all of these different things that you do battle with in a relationship, good or bad relationship. And then at the end, coming to this conclusion that like, regardless of the epiphany you have, regardless of anything else, the most important person in the relationship was always you, because you're the person who's going to be with you all the time, right? I love it. I love their entire thing. And so for this Valentine's Day, I wanted to do the song that's the culmination of all of that. I want to do Answer Love Myself, which is just, it's almost a celebration of that entire concept and another just like reaffirmation. But I definitely recommend like 0 O'Clock, Magic Shop. Oh, I just had one in my head. Where did it go? Epiphany is the other one that's deep within this series. And I'll link, I've done reactions to those ones and I'll link them. Let's just go ahead and let's look at the lyrics for Answer Love Myself. And this one, I really like the lyrics that Enjoy BTS More does, so we're using their translation today. But let's go ahead and jump on in now that I've been talking for like 10 minutes. Here we go. When I open my eyes in the darkness at night or when I'm in a really bad place, right? Darkness often is both things. And my heartbeat sounds unfamiliar. For me, as someone who has panic attacks, to me that sounds like a panic attack. But just, I don't know what I want. Simple as that, right? I don't know what I want. I look at you face to face in the mirror. You as in myself. And this could be something that in translation, when it's in Korean, it maybe even makes more sense. But I look at myself in the mirror. I look at this other person, but it's me, right? An afraid look, a long pending question. So the person in the mirror looks scared and like they're about to ask something. Okay, so Suga's part, of course, then he's answering the question, right? So it might be that loving myself is more difficult than loving someone else. Someone else, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt on things or just expect the best from them. But from you always know what your own shit is all about, right? Like, I think someone was talking about like the effort you put into something too. And it's like, you can, skate by and pretend you're not putting in any effort and people will believe you. You will always know how much effort you put into things. You can't fool yourself, and maybe that's why it makes it harder. Honestly, let's admit what needs to be admitted. The standards you set for yourself are stricter. Ain't that the truth? You're just out here dropping truth bombs on us. Those thick growth rings in your life, that is also a part of you. Okay, in growth rings, he's talking about like a tree. On a tree, they have the rings of growth. When when you cut like a tree trunk across and they have all those rings. So let's forgive ourselves now. Our lives are too long to just throw away. And of course, a lot of BTS's from early on, a lot of their message, their stories have dealt with suicide. Their big charitable foundation, Love Yourself, Speak Yourself, that whole thing is based around trying to stop teenage suicides. Crisis teens are like one of the most vulnerable groups that there are anywhere in the world. I think Korea has a really big problem with that as well. Trust me in this maze. When winter passes, spring will come again. And that's always also been a big theme, that like however bad the winter is, and I always gotta remember that as someone who's got seasonal affective disorder, like when the winter passes, the spring comes again. Like there will be bad times and that'll pass, and there will be good times again. You just have to remember it, and you have to believe in that. Okay, wait. We'll just get Jungkook's lines here real quick. To hide my wretched self from the cold eyes of the night. So we're back again. We're back in that first image, waking up in the middle of the night and looking in the mirror. So to hide my wretched self from the eyes of the cold night, I tossed and turned like crazy. Like I'm just not able to fall asleep, right? Oh, that reminded me of Hwasa's LMM. She literally in the music video, all of those arrows, but the only one that hits her is the one she shoots herself. So did I fall to be showered by those countless stars? I'm the only target aimed by those thousands of glittering arrows. I assume, and again, this could be a translation error thing, but I assume this is one of them where like I'm only hurting myself. He's talking about like thousands of stars, thousands of arrows, like things that hurt, but then also, you know, ARMY and the fans are often the stars in their songs too. Okay, let's go back through the bridge and the chorus. So you've shown me I have reasons. And so they were talking about ARMY definitely with the stars then, right? That I should love myself. There are reasons I should love myself. My breath, the path I've walked, with all these I answer. So all of what is me and what has made me, I'm gonna answer. Yesterday's me, today's me, tomorrow's me. Like I can't just like cut myself off from the past. Everything that's made me, everything that I'm going to be. I'm learning how to love myself. I'm learning how to love all of those things. And not even saying like I do now, like that you solved the problem for me, but I'm learning now. I've seen that there are reasons, you've showed me those reasons, and I'm learning, which means I'm putting in the effort. I'm trying. I really should do Reflection, one of RM's heartbreaking songs, where he's saying, I wish I could love myself. And now we're coming over like, I'm learning. I wished I could, and now I've bridged that gap. I'm learning now. Not that I have. And I love that. I love that they're never like, there's no big ultimatums, there's no huge promises they can't keep. It's always these like, these small things, like, I'm learning now. And if I'm learning, so can you, right? Wholly and without exception, it's all me. Okay, so RM's part, and RM has definitely, I mean, his lyrics are the ones where you realize he's really suffered with some mental health issues. But it's made him very able to talk about these kinds of things. Maybe there's no right answer. And maybe this isn't the answer either. Like maybe this isn't even going to help you, right? And maybe learning to love myself isn't like what was going to solve the problems for me, right? It's just a step. I needed someone else's permission just to love myself. Like admitting like I couldn't do it on my own. Back in the, yeah, ask for help. I'm looking for myself again now, but I don't want to die anymore. Like I'm on the path towards it, but I'm not, you know, in crisis mode. Like I don't hate myself that much anymore. Like I'm past that point, even though I'm not to the part where like I'm at the loving myself. I just know that that's the way to go. So relatable, right? So I don't want to die anymore. It's like this me who is sad, this me who was in pain, This me who will become more beautiful. All the parts of yourself that you love, right? Okay, I love Mr. Sunshine coming in here. Yes, a heart that knows I have this beauty is the way to loving myself, is the most necessary thing. That is the most like me, like need, like having understanding truly in my heart that I am worth living even is the most important thing. That I'm worth loving, that I can love me is the most important. The journey for me now is doing things for myself. Like I needed permission before just to love myself. I needed permission. But now the process, the journey, the thing I'm learning is to do that myself. That I don't need permission from an outside source, that I need to do this for me. My attitude towards myself, that is happiness for me. And I'll show you what I got. A little bit of a throwback to like the magic shop, right? I'm not afraid because all of it is my existence. Love myself. I'm not afraid of this journey that I can get to loving myself. And of course, this is the thesis. This is the culmination. So there are parts that like will draw you back into their other songs, right? Okay, so from the beginning of the beginning to the end of the end, from the true start to the true end, you know, birth to death, there's only one answer. And Jimin says, why do you keep trying to hide yourself inside your mask? Which I think a little bit of throwback to the truth untold, right? That idea of like that I need to hide behind this mask. Why do you keep trying to hide behind the mask? Even the scars that formed my mistakes, even the things that, you know, that I've done that I can't erase the evidence of, that were so bad that they've left scars on me. You know, things I've said, things I've done that like I'll never be able to live that down completely. Like there'll always be that thing that I can't escape from. They're part of my constellation. They're part of this beautiful thing. They're still part of what makes me me. Ooh, okay, we gotta get the lyrics, even though it's so beautiful. Inside of me, there's still that awkward, clumsy me. The one who made those mistakes, who created those scars. Now we're getting back into the chorus again. This is the Japanese concerts. They're asking people to sing with them in Japanese. It's really cute. I always like when they have like they learn the phrases so they can speak to the audience. I think that's really not it's a good tactic, honestly. But like just being able to say something to the audience so they can understand it in their own language is always a good idea, but it's always cute. Oh, okay. What do you think? I rambled long enough at the beginning, so please tell me your thoughts about Answer Love Yourself down below in the comments. I post videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and happy Valentine's Day. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like this type of video, and I will talk to you again really soon. Bye.